We're back in the Tenants to wreak some more havoc on the neighborhood. Alright, I think first things first, we're going to take a look at our jobs. And we're going to choose probably the first one right off the bat. It says, hello, I have one twisted hallway connected to the kitchen. Anybody up for this crazy renovation? Requirements are a kitchen renovation with a budget of $6,700. Finishing guidelines are focusing on prestige, and they don't mind first impression. So we're going to head over there to that job, and we're going to take a peek at what we're dealing with. Can't renovate until it gets cleaned up. Good to know. So the first thing we need to do is begin cleaning. So we're going to have him come in, do the cleaning projects. I'm not seeing a lot that needs cleaned. Just that one thing. Oh, there's something showing over here. Oh, plaster. So we need to plaster the walls first. That makes sense. Alright, we're going to send him off so that we can renovate the apartment. Item placement in the Tenants goes beyond only making sure that a given furniture can be reached. Some items have additional preferences as to where they should be placed. For example, fridges and sinks will have a lowered score due to not being positioned right next to a wall, while small decoration items will suffer a score penalty when placed on the floor instead of on a surface top. Make sure to hover the warning icons if you're unsure why a certain item score has been lowered. On top of that, a good interior designer should consider item connections. Some items will receive a bonus score for being placed in close proximity to other specified items. One example would be placing a towel rack next to the shower. Likewise, there are items that have negative connections with other furniture, which means that they should not be placed next to each other. It does make sense. Putting plants next to your fireplace is a really great way to dry them out quickly. They do not appreciate that very much. But if we take a look at what's required for the renovation of this apartment, we need to finish the floors with hardwood, brown walls, kitchen sink, cooker, kitchen cabinets, wall cupboard, trash bin, paper towels, utensils, a jar, kitchen scale table, wine decanter, chair, vase, doormat, and a key rack. And they'd like a wall clock in there someplace. I'm not seeing any preference for style, so that works out pretty well for us. Okay, so what do we have going on here? Access to the item is obstructed. Okay, that makes sense because I feel like there's multiple things that are probably in the way here. So we'll want to deal with that. Everything about this room is quite close. Okay, and it's actually not letting me do anything about that room. Possibly because we're not supposed to be. Alright, now I'm not sure how on earth we're supposed to fit a kitchen into this space. But we will do our best. Now this I can move. I'm not even sure, is that garlic? Looks like, yes it is. It is actual, literal garlic. Interesting. We're gonna put that right by the bathroom door. That makes sense, right? Okay, it's just temporary. First I want to finish the floors with some hardwood. And I think, let's see, I kind of like the contemporary looks, and I like the basic looks. I don't want to do the same thing that I did in the last place, though, so I think I'm going to go with this Ramsey oak. I like that it has kind of a tile look to it, and with being a kitchen space, I like that idea. Alright, then we want to finish the walls in a brown, and it would be ideal if we had something that looked tile-like, but I'm not necessarily seeing that. That's a little too dark for me, I guess. I think they might want us to complete with what is already here. So I guess that would be a safe bet to go with what the client has already made use of. I'm not sure why this one wall is that color. Alright, it's very dark for this corridor-like space, but it'll do. But I think what would be wise is for us to make sure that we're using brighter colors to try to lighten things up. That pretty much leaves us with three choices. We have the blank, we have the rustic cottage here, and we have the modern pearl. I kind of like the cottage look but I don't know that it fits the rest of the apartment. Things feel pretty modern around here, so I think I might want to go with this modern pearl sink. Now, I'm looking at what we need to fit in here. I'm hoping I can get these things side by side, or maybe I should probably rotate these just a little bit over this way. Ideally, it'd be right under this window, but I don't know if that's going to be possible. We'll have to get the other pieces and possibly make a change there. It does need to be near a water source, and we have that over here, so I think that's kind of telling us that's where it's wanted most. Okay, I might be able to move it, yeah, as far as like here, and we're still within range, so we'll play with the pieces a bit and see what we have. Okay, I think again I want to go with the pearl. We'll go with the cooktop, and I can take that quite far, but I think I'm going to try to center that here, and I think we'll move this under the window. Looking decent. And then we have the cabinet, and we do have multiple cabinets here, like different styles. I think I like this single one, keeping the lines simple. I don't know that we're going to have a whole lot of extra room around here, but okay. And then we have this wall cupboard. We could put that over the stove. Yeah, I wish we had like a shorter version as well. We have different colors, but one that would fit over the window would be nice. Now we need a trash bin as well, and I think I want to keep it modern again, and we'll just kind of tuck that over here in the corner, like so. And I really wish I could, that it would let me take care of that. That drives me crazy. And then some paper towels. I feel like you would want those near the sink, so we'll place those here. And kitchen utensils, we need 2 kitchen utensils, so anything within this category, which makes it pretty easy for decorating purposes. So I think a knife block, and maybe we'll just get, you know, like a lovely oven mitt sitting here. And I feel like the black and white kind of looks the most modern. We'll have that near here, and it's quite happy being near here. All right, then a jar, just a basic jar. I like that this is modern. We're definitely going very modern around here, so we'll go with that one. I am realizing it from the inside, it actually looks like there's no windows. I think they just have the blinds down, but it's kind of funny. Anyway, we're going to get a kitchen skill into this very busy countertop over here. And now we need to find a way to fit a table in here someplace. I think probably into this area, kind of tucked into the corner, is going to be our best bet. And again, I think we want to keep it modern. Not posh. Modern, I think, is going to be the ideal. I do love the wall table, though. This feels like a great piece for this kind of kitchen because we do have limited space. And then that would actually allow us to put it over here. So we could do that. We can move this over here someplace. We'll sort that out in a moment. And move this kind of... I do not love the fact it's right across from the bathroom. I'll be completely honest there. That would be the worst place to have to sit and eat. But, yeah, sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do. Alright, and I think we'll go with the modern decanter here. And I think a nice shot of red in here would look really cool. Just kind of a bit of color. You know, we've got the garlic there to mask the odors coming out of the bathroom. That's the theory I'm going to go with. It's a really gross thought. We'll try not to think too hard on that one. Alright, I do like the modern chairs, and I like that we have color choices as well. I wish that we had a black or a actual white, because this is more of a cream color, and I mean, it's almost there, but I don't love it. This is considered modern as well, and it does come in a white, and the wood seems to kind of coordinate with, okay, it's not a great coordination, but if we look from up here and we squint our eyes, it's close, you know? No, it's awful. Who am I kidding? All right. Ooh, we do have a black and white. It's posh. We're throwing in a little posh, but you know, I was kind of loving the whole black and white thing. So let's have a little fun with that. It's actually much more brown and white than black and white around here, but I feel like this probably would have been the better option. Should we? Yeah, we should do that. Do we have it? Everything feels so dark, but I feel like this kind of makes sense. That would be the most useless doormat. You could barely get an entire foot on that thing at a time. All right, and a key rack. Oh, I like... That's rustic. That's basic. I kind of like this one. But I want it to be white. We need some color around here. That is a very weirdly large key rack for a house. But you walk in, hang your keys, wipe your toes on the doormat, and grab a bottle of wine before you go try to deal with eating a meal across from your toilet. Yeah. Color variants. Let's see. Yeah, we could bring the brown in. We could make it darker brown. I kind of want to do the whites so that we're playing on the white stuff that's going on in the kitchen. All right, and you want a wall clock. You know, I think we can give you a wall clock. It'll be really nice. Ooh, yeah. Okay. Now, we really don't have that much black in here. So I feel like we want to go with a... Yeah, we don't want it to blend right in, though. How about... Actually, I'm kind of feeling like the black is the way to go, to be honest. It just kind of works the best. I wish it came in a white with black, but yeah, I wanted to keep this modern thing going. Now, I know it's not in the whole, you know, plans here or anything, but this place needs some plants or something. There's just no color, and I don't consider garlic, that's not a plant, in my humble opinion. I think, let's see, I don't even know where it would go, but I think maybe if we move this over a little bit more, we could put some kind of plant in the corner, something tall-ish. I kind of like that plant, but I think this might be more the thing I'm looking for, and I think if we can, yeah, we'll bring some more of that red in over here. There we go. Just a lovely little plant. I really hope they like this job. I'm not sure how I feel about it, but... Oh, and we need 2 vases, or vases, if you prefer. Okay, contemporary, posh, modern. Okay. I would not have considered that. Okay, you actually want to be near here. And I can kind of live with that, because I like the idea of having these, like, vases kind of around here to provide a little, you know, decoration. Now, I would have personally preferred to put some plants into them, but I like that we've created like a little moment over here. All right, and I think that we're officially ready to... Oh, I just realized that they desire modern and posh, so I feel like we've made them happy. How did I miss this entirely? I've really got to learn to pay attention. All right, let's deliver the job, see how they feel about it. And, okay, she's making some notes. Great. Oh, you don't like that? Okay, great. How do you feel about the jar? You'll love the jar. Okay, so the black and white, I get it though, when I think about it, it really was a bad decision. Because there's not really a black and white thing going here. It's more of a brown and white. Okay, all right. How you feeling about the space in general? Feeling good? Feeling good. All right. All right. Okay, I think we've, I wouldn't say knocked this one out of the park, but, you know, we've done okay. Okay, so the floors they didn't like? Really? And you, well, I mean, it's not. Wait, am I in the wrong job? No, this is the job. Okay, well, I mean, the prestige was great. So, and we got paid. We'll we'll learn as we go. Now, over here, we need to set up heating in our own apartment. Yeah. Don't really know how to do that so much. Okay, so we can't begin... Oh, install heating. Okay, I got it. I know what I'm doing. The guy looks like he's doing stuff and things. Very professional. I'm not sure why he's just punching the wall, but hey, as long as it means we have heat, great. Okay, and before the Auntie's unit can be rented out, it has to be renovated first. We can't rent without heaters installed. We can't begin cleaning without all the utilities in place. So now we gotta configure our heating. Okay. You know, you kind of didn't mention that part before, but... Alright, floor water pipe, air vents, water pipe... Wow, okay. Not a clue on a lot of this, but I feel like... Okay, are we able... Okay, 100% by placing one thing. Wait, bedroom, wrong room type? Bathroom not found? What are you expecting out of me here? I'm just trying to get the stuff that I need. Okay. You're giving me tips somewhere, I'm betting, but I don't... Okay. I think we're gonna leave for now.
I've got a surprise for you, but first, we need to clean this place up. Send me in, and let's get started right away. You know the drill.
Alright. Player storage unlocked. You can now store the items you have fixed in your new shiny storage area your uncle has managed to secure. Once stored, the items can be later placed in any apartment in renovation mode.
That's right. I've managed to track down a nice little storage area for your scavenging hunts. Do you know how many folks are okay with you throwing away their broken furniture? Well, now you can try to fix it instead and store it in your stash for later use.
So, I've got a 100% chance of repairing that. And I imagine that's something we get to store away. Okay, he didn't finish actually saying that. Plus, some of the stuff you can find there is quite special. Be on the lookout for the so-called unique items, and make sure you don't waste them on some fool's rundown studio apartment. Anyway, let's wrap this up. So we're going to salvage that to our player storage, and then we're going to do some cleaning. Alright, and we've got a pretty solid chance of restoring this, so I think we're going to try. It could save us money down the road, but looks like we're going to have to dispose of it. No such luck this time. And if we look up here, we've got a little 1 here. That's our storage, so we can actually see what we have stored. Pretty handy. And we're ready to let him leave.
We can finally get to work and finish up Auntie's old place.
Alright, begin the renovation. Remodeling tools have been unlocked. Ready to rock and roll? You can now access remodeling tools to build and demolish walls. Use them responsibly.
As you can see, you've unlocked a new renovation tab called Remodeling. Let's try it out now. Demolish one of the inner walls first.
Okay, can I move this first? Because I'm about to demolish some of the stuff
That was nice.
that I
But let's
put
see
there.
if you can build walls as good as you can tear them down.
You didn't see me do that. Okay. I wanted to get rid of that wall for quite a while. Okay, actually, I probably want to keep this one.
Bad. Now on to the doors. They can only be placed in an already existing inner wall. Try and see if you can do it.
Oh, I can't place anything in there because of things I've placed. Okay, we can place it in any existing wall, so right there.
Okay, not bad. But did you know that you can also edit windows in your properties? Go ahead and build a new window. Those can only be placed on the exterior walls.
Okay, I want to kind of look here. I kind of wouldn't mind another one here, but again, my placement of things didn't work out so well. So we're going to put you there for now.
The demolish button can be used to tear down walls and remove windows. Switch to demolish and select a window that you want to get rid of.
How about the one I just put in?
It looks like you've learned the basics by now. It's time to meet all the requirements on the list. Remember, the better the interior design, the wealthier tenants will want to live in your units. I'll leave you to do your thing. You're the boss after all.
Okay, I'm going to dismantle a couple of things. Okay, I'm going to dismantle all of it, to be honest. Um, just so that we can put it back in later, because I really don't have things placed where I want it to. And then in remodeling, I'm going to demolish this wall and this wall and build one here. I think that's going to work for the best. Now, as far as rooms, we do need a bathroom as well. So I feel like we kind of do need to build... I've got to go into the correct room. We need to build another and then place a door perhaps here. Now, it's not a lot of space to work with, and we may have to put some things into the bedroom that we wouldn't necessarily want in the bedroom, but okay. So I think I am personally a fan of hardwood. So I would choose that over anything. I kind of like the rustic look here, but I also like this, although I would prefer if it actually looked like you see in the picture. So I think I'm going to go rustic just because it's the one that most looks like what I would choose. So I think I'm going to put those there. And then I want some kind of tile for the bathroom. And I really like that stone slate kind of look. So I think that I wish I had a little color option there, though. That's the only thing. Maybe I can... I'm not a fan of linoleum personally, but it might... it feels too brown. I kind of want to do this, but that feels more kitchen to me. Let's just go with the white. And then for walls, I hate to sound completely millennial or whatever, but I love a gray wall. I think it's a great base for a lot of different colors. Personal preference. I'm going to go that route. And then I think we might keep it simple and do this misty white gray color out here. Very basic for the main area. And then we would want some kind of wall tile, I would think, over here for our bathroom. Now, looking at the bedroom stuff, I think obviously a bed would be a really good thing to have. I can completely understand that plan. I would like to move these windows, which I feel like requires some demolition again. So we're going to demolish all of the windows that we've placed. Really hate doing that, especially because of the cost, but I want to be able to choose a better... oh, yeah, I really don't have a better layout, but I guess we'll go that route then. And maybe to the back, and we'll keep these free of windows. You know, we probably would want to look out at the park, but yeah. I think that's where I'm going to put the bed. Assuming I have room for it. Let's see. We could do multiple different styles of beds, but I think kind of I like a good footboard. So I think we'll go that route. And something kind of modern and clean looking to me. So maybe right in the middle, we'll go with this. There we go, right across from the door. That probably is not very feng shui, but we've got the bed in there. Okay, and now we need a toilet in the bathroom. I really hope at some point we're going to put more things in there, but let's first get... we need like a water pipe thing here. Okay, and I want to put that probably in the center-ish area, so we can do like sink, toilet, shower. Ooh, I kind of like the red. That's something a little different. Yeah, red, and then can we actually do like a coordinating sink at all? Nothing comes in the red. Ugh, maybe we should change that option. Let's see. Let's do blue. It feels so very bathroom basic, but then we could do that there. I probably could have made this bathroom a lot smaller than I thought I needed to. All right, then we need some kind of seat and a fridge out here. We've got the fuse box, which I think I'm going to move over here. And for the fridge, we're going to need some kind of outlet. So I think we'll put that, yeah, probably over here. In this corner, at least. And then we can put the fridge kind of, I'm thinking, right over here in the corner. I'm wondering if they're going to give us more to work with at some point. Things that we need. This is looking very blue out here now. I thought it was white, but it's looking more blue. Maybe we can do the red out here. It's kind of fun. And then we need some kind of seat, so let's head back to the seat section. And ideally, well, I kind of like the idea of like a sectional kind of situation. And we could do that red again. And that would allow us to create like a space. I don't know if we'd want to stare at that, but maybe we can go... I think maybe we might want the other direction. So then we can place it like here and put that with the intention of there being some kind of TV there eventually. I think that works. So we've done everything that's required for the apartment. Not sure how I feel about that, but...
Modeling affected our utility setup. Before renting out the unit, we need heating vents.
Yeah, I forgot to put the heating vents back.
The apartment's upgrades tab and dive back into configuration. Well,
yeah.
The only thing left is installing the vents in rooms with no heating. Once we're done with that, we can find our first tenant and start earning some income.
That was kind of on me, I know. I goofed. But I'm glad that he was very polite about reminding me. Alright, we've unlocked some new items. Ooh, I like that. That's cool. Card table. A controller. A fun new chair. The crimson chair would have looked pretty cool in here. And more new items. Okay. Ooh, some wallpapers. Looks like an accordion door. I absolutely detest the idea of an accordion door, but I've had houses that I had to deal with one, so that's where that comes from. And a new phone element. Okay. Oh, so can we like
got the place ready to go.
design our
Let's go to the
phones?
open house panel and start it right now. During an open house, people interested in your rental will come by to check the apartment out.
Okay, so begin an open house, the whole apartment, and start the event.
We got our first potential tenant. How exciting. Let's click on her and try to make a good deal. Keep in mind that the better the first impression your property makes, the more your tenants will be willing to pay for it.
Okay, so what you're saying is I probably should have decorated things a little better. Alright, let's make an offer. Oof, okay. Let's lower our offer a bit. Go, you know, like, we'll make it $12.80. Okay, we have like a make an offer or accept. I don't know if she accepted that because we have her still thinking. I'll try lowering just a notch and making another offer. Okay, I'm not going to pay this much. Okay, I think it's saying that here. Maybe we can make it like just over 1,000. Okay, we can't make any new offers. So if we accept, what did we...
Got our first tenant. I hope she'll
Okay,
like the
I'm not
place
sure
we
that that
designed.
worked properly. I do think I'm detecting some bugs or some lack of ability on my part. One can never tell. Elite contracts are unique jobs that will take you around the more grandiose properties of Wondersville. They feature an array of unique items that you won't be able to find anywhere else, unless you play it dirty and decide to snatch a few of them for yourself by adding them to your player storage. You have a limited amount of time to accept these offers, so you have to act quickly if you're down for something extra spicy. Okay. Interesting. Okay. We got quite a bit from that, I think, and we want to achieve a total job rating of 15. So I think that's something we're going to work on next time. Maybe take a look at the whole elite jobs thing and dive a little deeper into more of playing as a landlord. Thank you so much for watching. Have an amazing day and keep on being perfectly you.